with your sweaty ass. Oh, I got my new shoes. I got balance.
What do they say?
So they say Joy Rich, me and Jedi Rich are matching. He can film his tune after mine.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
This is your president speaking. And I approve this message.
Vegas Raiders, just win, baby. We are the Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you wanna be sinners, you can come and get it. Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. We are the Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you wanna be sinners, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a ball down, first down. Let's throw a ball down every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this Vegas style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the goal. Run you over, goal line, jumping over. Go crazy, lose your soul. Lose your mind, in a black hole. Here's your goal, Super Bowl. Everybody here, get that goal. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you wanna be sinners, you can come and get it. Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. We are the Vegas Raiders. Just win, baby. John Madden, Greg Papa, and Derek Madden. He's a pirate, Ken Sailor, always will be a Vegas Raider. Orange Ale, Gene Upshaw, Jack Tatum, True Outlaw. That is Fred Biletnikoff, Lester Hayes, Biggie Up, Brown Brothers, Williams.
Averages the other room, let me know. Hello everyone, happy Sunday. There's a Mets game on right now. It's not going great, but this is the third game. Like, they won the other two against Kansas City Royals, so it would be a sweep if they won this one. So the other team has a lot more incentive to win this game, and they're playing hard. But Clay Holmes, our pitcher, did terrible today, and it's 2-0 to Kansas City in the lead. So I don't know how this can go, but so I decided to do the blog because I was like, because I actually I get tired sometimes. Song just came on in my ear. So I'm listening to music and watching the game over here. It's bottom of the sixth. Oh, they pulled Holmes. Yeah, they brought in the new pitcher, the new guy. I don't know his name yet. Anyways, I have a song, and then so the song in my ear is something like, it's the one that's like, you could have Manhattan. I don't know who does that one, I can't remember. But pretty song. But yeah, 18 days till I go to Manhattan. And I'm really excited now because I mean, I don't like leaving home, but I do like going to New York, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's one of those things, like, I do love New York and I like going to New York, but I also am a total homebody, so I like being home as well. So going away from home is always difficult for me. I like being with my family. I don't like being all alone, in my hotel room. But I do love being in New York. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, if you do have to be away from your family, that's where I'd want to be. And now that I'm not going to drink, I'm feeling just like so much like stress relief. So it's day 3. Had to start back over. But day 3, no alcohol. I had made it to day 14 and then I just caved in. But I'm not going to do that again because I've made like a full commitment to myself. And I do have twinges because like I have to go to dinner soon with a client. I don't normally go to dinner with clients, but this is someone I've been seeing for years, and they're coming to Vegas. I noticed them in New York. I'm going to miss them most likely when I get to New York. I'll arrive only if I see them the first night I arrive. And I will do that, but they don't know if they can do that. So I go to dinner with just that person, for the most part, because I don't like doing the dinners. But it's going to be a steakhouse. But for a second, I was like, got this trend to like the alcohol, but then this person doesn't even drink. So it's like that, like, it's like, okay, good. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to drink anymore because it was a very bad decision for my life. And the thought of like doing it occasionally was causing a lot of anxiety for me. So today, I also have been good no sugar today. I've only done my beef burgers. I've done 2 pounds of beef burgers, and I did them like at the appropriate times. Like I had breakfast around like 8:30 and then lunch like around 11:30. Not like sometimes I'll eat like too early, and then I'm like super full, like fall asleep early because I ate too much beef too early because I'm like too hungry. But I'm feeling very, very much like kind of like my addictions are kind of leaving me. And, I might slip up, not with the alcohol. I don't think I'll slip up with the alcohol. That I'm pretty committed. And the thing is, I've done this before. So I've stayed clean from alcohol many times. And you go, oh, but you slipped up. But it was like a choice, but it wasn't just an accident. It was a choice. And I don't think I'm going to make that choice again because now my choice is like, I don't want to drink anymore. Because here's what was happening. When I sorry, I'm checking the mess game. When I good, at least we have 2 outs, we have someone on base. But we're pitching. What was happening is by thinking that I might still drink, then I was having a hard time committing to my health with my food too. So I was like, we were eating a lot of like sugary, bad stuff and like pastries and things around here and just junk food, And today, I actually got all these pastries. Richard told me to. He's like, get some donuts and stuff, which I'm not a big fan of donuts, but still, if you're trying to not eat sugar and there's all these donuts, it's still like, But he said get these things, and he was thinking he might eat it, but then he's actually stayed strong today, so now there's like quite a few pastries other than the ladies will probably never eat, but it don't cost that much, a couple of donuts. But the thing is, we both kind of like today felt like strong, like we need to just take it seriously. Because one thing, it's really bad for the teeth, and Richard really gets affected by the sugar. I can deal with it a little better than him, but not great. But he's like one of those, like as soon as he eats sugar, then he's just like, he's knocked out, and he's kind of like glory really. And so I have to be the one to kind of like take the health seriously to kind of for the whole household. And when I'm not being healthy, then no one's healthy. And today I don't know, I felt really strong again, like with my health commitment. But like what I was saying is with the alcohol is by thinking that I might still drink, I was having a hard time committing back to my health because alcohol is poison. And if you're like, I might just occasionally pour poison down in my mouth where I normally am healthy, I was having a hard time committing to health at any point because it just seems weird, like, I'm going to be healthy some of the time, but I'm just going to pour this poison, a lot of it, and I'm going to feel like crap, and then I'll be healthy again. It's like, it doesn't really make sense. So as soon as I was like, I'm just not going to drink, then now I'm already like, starting to be like, I don't want to eat all this bad food either. And you know, you guys might have different versions of what you view as bad food, but we view the really sugary stuff as bad. We like to eat the protein, and that just makes us feel better. You know, more proteins and the fats. I've been doing a little bit of oil. I haven't been such a stickler with it. Do a little olive oil. I was such a nutcase before, but I'm doing just the beef burgers. So that was nice today. So far, that's all I've had, and then I'll have dinner, another pound of beef burgers, and that's all I'm gonna have today. Fingers crossed, make it through the evening. But definitely, I'm not gonna cave in on the alcohol. So it's one of those things like, if I do cave in on something, it's gonna be the sugar, and it's kind of nice that I've kind of like transitioned where now I'm like, at first it was like all I wanted was the alcohol. Now I'm like, okay, if I can now like such a bit, hopefully I don't cave in on anything, you know what I mean? But like the thing is like, if you fully try to like I would try to do it cold turkey both, I think it's a little bit hard to do it that way. So, but now I'm feeling stronger. But I feel like if I do, you know, just can't take it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to drink, then I'll eat some sugar instead, you know what I mean? That's kind of the plan. And even in New York, you know, if I go, oh gosh, I just can't take it, all this alcohol, like, fine, eat some sugar, you know. It's the lesser of the evils at this point to me. But I prefer to just be healthy completely, and I think the less I want to drink, the more I'll want to be healthy, you know. And because I find that when I drink, then I go to want to eat really bad food too, because it's like you're already kind of like not. Oh yes, Taylor just got a hit. Good job. You're not taking your health seriously, so it's like, yeah, forget it. Like if you're pouring poison down your mouth, it's like might as well have this crappy food as well, you know what I mean? Like, and when I'm not doing that, then even if I were to eat something different than what I normally eat, then it's like I don't go for like the, you know, the worst thing. You're like, oh, this is the thing that's pretty healthy, you know, whatever it may be. I don't know, you know, what it may be. But like in New York, there's things that are pretty healthy that you can choose there, you know, that aren't necessarily all protein, but they, you know, they're much healthier than the like junk food. So I'm really looking forward to kind of like getting back. And me and Richard do take pride in, you know, looking good and feeling good. I know we're old, so we can only look so good, you know? But there's a limit. But definitely doesn't help if you're being unhealthy, then you're gonna look worse. So the healthier we are, we feel the better we will look, you know. So and I really was not looking good for a minute. Like, I mean, not bad, but not like, I wasn't feeling confident because it was like my eyes were like when I drank, especially like every day that I drank, like especially the next day, my eyes would be kind of swollen and it got worse. You know, like when I was leaving New York last time, it was getting bad. I was like, oh, my eyes are bad. I had to go buy this cream to put on your eyes a bit, just, you know. Oof. But now I'm like, I'm not having to deal with that as much. It's, you know, like it's like already like I'm like, I'm feeling a little more back to normal. It's not even fully too, and I feel like my face hasn't even fully returned of like I'm making weird expressions still, because you know what, when you do alcohol, you lose some like the your nerves get messed up. So like that's what I was saying. And remember I was talking about that GABA thing, I think it's called. So I feel like with the way I was doing it, where I was not drinking and then drinking to quite an excess, I think I was causing quite a bit of havoc on my body, and I feel like I'm still, you know, having to kind of recover. I mean, the other day I only had the 4 ciders, but that was only day 15 from drinking pretty heavily, you know what I mean? And I just feel really good about this because in this next year and maybe next year, I might have to go to New York quite a few more times. And I can't have it be every time I go, I'm that unhealthy and I like drinking alcohol. Because I was talking to Rich too in the car today. I was like, you know, the problem is if I'm going to New York, let's say every 2 months, and I'm super unhealthy for the 2 weeks there, and it takes me like about 2 weeks to recover here, then for like a month out of the year, I'm not really healthy, you know what I mean? And then, I mean, not a month out of the year. 1 month, and then the next month I try to be healthy. It's like every other month I'm unhealthy. Does that make sense? I know 1 month of the year, it'd be like 6 months out of the year. I'm unhealthy. And so you're like half the year I'm unhealthy, and then even that, maybe even the other half that I'm trying to be, I'm not even fully healthy yet, you know, because I'm probably not even fully on my like health that I normally am. So like I'm spending more time almost being unhealthy than healthy at the end of the day when you kind of like figure it all out. It's like, even if it was half and half, still half the year unhealthy. It doesn't make sense, you know what I mean? And in the, you know, future years, I won't probably be going to New York as much. But then when I don't go to New York, it's not really an issue. Then I just stay healthy. But I definitely, this time that I'm going to New York, I can't have it be that I'm going to be unhealthy every time I go there. And it's also very scary because when I drink, I'm unpredictable and I don't know what I'm capable of or what I did sometimes, you know, with like, and then I wake up, you know, not saying I did anything crazy, but you just, I don't always remember. And that's not good when you're alone. You're like, you know, or just like, hey, I don't go back to my room, you know, kind of like when you're like, you don't remember some like certain things. That is not good when you're alone in the city. So I need to be like alert and not have it be like questionable, like what I did, like, and that's a very scary feeling. What happens sometimes when I'm there is I'll pass out in the middle of the day, and then I'm like, oh dear, I don't know if it's like morning or evening, and I'm like, I don't even know what day it is, and I'm like, and it's not that I did anything, but just the feeling of like not knowing what just happened and not even knowing where you are. And when I change hotels a lot, and if you drink, then you wake up and it's very disorienting. You don't know where you are because you don't remember, like, oh, wait, where am I? You know what I mean? Because like, you know, like if you're in your home, you wake up and you're used to that. But so it's not good to put myself in that situation. So I'm feeling very confident about just no drinking. Because the thing of will I and won't I, well, I'm an alcoholic, so it's all or nothing. And so it's going to be nothing. And I never keep it in balance. And I did not feel good last trip. Like, I kept thinking it was going to be so fun, and instead it was pretty awful, like, the whole time. Like, I just, like, most of my drinking was just like not feeling that great. Like, okay, you know, maybe like walking around a bit, but like not really feeling super energetic to do much, and not really feeling great at any point. Like my stomach hurting a lot, and you know, waking up disoriented several times, and then and waking up with very puffy eyes and things, and then realizing I had to go to work, like, because I had fallen asleep during the middle of the day. And things like that.
All-Star game's on Tuesday.
Oh, that would be fabulous. Oh, I got invited to a Mets game, but it's by a client, and so it's a very...
Man, that'd be fun, man.
The problem is, it's usually something I would charge to go to. You know, you charge to go to events, but I'm not your friend. But this person is someone I've known for many years, and it's giving me a lot of money, but it's still like, I still don't really want to go to a game with a client. But I'm scared if I don't go, then he'll be too offended and not want to see me anymore. Because this was like, I've been seeing this person for so many years. It's in New York. Oh, dear. So, of course, I just said, oh, that'd be great, but I don't think it'll happen. Because this person's kind of flaky when it comes to things like that. But it's a predicament. That's where it's hard. Some of the people that I know for so many years, I have to make some exceptions, because if you don't, it's kind of like, well, wow, that's kind of rude after all this time, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, you know. But a Mets game is like an all-day thing. As much as I want to go, I want to go with Richard. I don't really want to go with a stranger. This is still a stranger, even, it's difficult to describe. But yeah, things like that. But also, I need to be working, so I can't be wasting the time, because I don't think this person is going to pay me to go to the Mets game. I think they're paying me to see me while I'm there, but then I think the Mets game is like oh, hey, since you love the Mets, you want to go to the game kind of thing. You know, I don't think that, you know. So it's difficult. But yeah, I am looking forward to New York, because it's still going to be warm. It's hot sometimes this time of year. Excuse me, I did a bong hit. We have that SFVOG, San Fernando Valley OG, SFV OG. I like that stuff a lot. It's very nice. And what's the other one called? Like Zoag or something like that? So Zoap or something. Oh, it's pretty good. But we also been doing the concentrate. So we smoke less flour now. So it's way cheaper. Concentrate is way cheaper, and it lasts way longer. So it's like flour is actually the most expensive way to do it. But I still do like a little flour. And so we get a little flour, but man, we don't go to the dispensary very often anymore. And so we've had that one for a while. It's very good. Let's see. Oh, we might have to wait 10 days on that funds thing, which is insane. So we have been so tight on funds because they're holding our funds because of Gloria's frame. So we have a frame coming, but Richard had ordered the other one, and there was this big old fiasco where they got a triple charge and fiasco. So they're holding like $1,600 of our funds. And so like our a balance, like what you have, and then like what is available is like so different right now, and so all this money's just like sitting there. So like we're like each day like really stretched, and so it's just, and then business has not been great in Vegas. That's why I'm going to New York. So it's just like great. But today I forgot that we even had that, so I was starting to be like, oh my goodness, we are really gonna be in trouble. And I was starting to think, and then I was like, oh, wait, that's right. If they ever release our darn funds, I forget. Like, it felt like it was already, like, gone. Like, we didn't even have that money. It was like, oh, yeah, we do. I hope. Oh, God, I'm so scared. Amazon's taken our stuff before, so I don't know. They took it, but those are gift cards. I hope they can't just literally take your money and seal it and not give you anything. I don't know what these things, because there's so many, because it was like an error on the computer. But, like, the money's somewhere, not in our account anymore. Like, someone's gonna, no one can see it. They're like, oh, our bank can't see it and they can't see it. Well, it's in the abyss, but I hope someone can find it. Because it's not in our account. Ridiculous things. But I guess one of those, like, authorization things, so hopefully it'll drop off. But I hope it's a Monday thing, because it's been a nightmare. But if it's not Monday, I'm just going to be really irritated. Because then I'll be like, well, then when is it going to be? Okay, then maybe Tuesday. Okay, but if it's not Tuesday, then when is it going to be? Because it was like something like, we're going to hold it for 10 days. Get out of here with that shenanigans. Should be an instant back to the account if the thing didn't go through. Ridiculous. I hate that stuff. That stuff drives me nuts. They did that to us so many times in New York. We got double charged on $1,500 twice. Because this is when we first had more money, when we were first there. Later we were paying like by the day. When we first got there, we were paying by like the week for hotels. Or like, a handful of days. And so sometimes our charges would be higher. And this one we were paying for like a handful of days. And so it was $1,500. And then they double charge us. And they're like, oops, it'll be like 7 to 10 business days to get it back. So we're like, oh, thank you. Our account's overdrawn now. Because it like overdrafted our account too, like for their charge. And we're like, it didn't just like say, oh, declined or whatever. Because like, oh, thank you. And so then, for like however many days, so they gave it back to us. This is ridiculous. You could do that to people. That happened like several times. It happened on Christmas Eve. Hotel did that to us. It was supposed to only charge us $150, and they charged us $593, and that's like we had less than our account, so they like overdrafted us, and that was like all we had for like Christmas Eve for like food and everything. We're like, oh, thank you so much, really appreciate that. And they're like, oh, sorry, it'll get back to your account, whatever. Oh, thank you. That's really wonderful. You just took all my money on Christmas Eve. Appreciate it. It's ridiculous. So when those things happen, I get so mad because I'm like, oh, don't be doing that. 7 to 10 business days on us for the money that you think is just like in this abyss. Get out of here. It's ridiculous. I hate those credit card, and it's not credit card, it's your debit card things. But credit cards, they'll do that stuff too. Oh, I found that out when getting gas, that they put like a hold on the credit card sometimes. I had no idea. They put like this huge hold if you use the card. Because I was only getting like $20, but they put like this big. I don't know about these things that irritate me. But anyways, I know they're probably necessary, but not when they make mistakes, but whatever. Mistakes happen, but it seems to happen to us a lot. But we are that's what we call ourselves, the Jedi, because we got going on here. Oh, he's doing pretty good. The new picture, good. Manea, I think is his name. He's throwing some shit. Clay Holmes did terrible today. It was like ridiculous. He hit a player and everything. Oh, Acuna's back though. But get this, we bet on McNeil. He's not even in the game. The bets were out of whack today. They had a McNeil on there and Acuna's in today, which I'm glad Acuna's in. But it's like, how are you gonna have McNeil? And we bet on him, and so we're gonna lose the bet because we can't win. He's the only thing missing, but he didn't play today. So like, how are you gonna do that to us? The player didn't play. So there must be some way to get your money back on that. But it sucks because we would have won the bet. And we would have picked a different player, if it wasn't him. I mean, probably it was just for a hit, so we probably could have got that. But ridiculous. But we're barely betting. I don't even do it. Richard, I'm like, yeah, whatever you do. Because he's better. He actually won yesterday. Actually, Richard won the last 2 days. So he's actually got...
I would have won today too if that.
I know, sometimes that dang McNeil thing. We gotta figure out that McNeil thing. That's not right. But all they're gonna do is refund us on the bet. But like the $5 that we bet. But we would have won, so it actually should have been more. But they'll say, well, you might not have won if you picked a different player. But we probably would have picked a player that would have got a hit because I know which ones to pick. But whatever. And McNeil probably would have got one if he played. But anywho, so it's a good day. The ladies are feeling great. So for those of you that don't know, if you're new, I live here with my mother-in-law, and it was chaotic when we first got here, and I was really mean. But I was dealing with a lot because I'm the one paying for all the stuff and cleaning and dealing with everything. But we're all getting along great now, and I have no anger towards Gloria, and we just want to take care of her. But today, Richard made breakfast, but then when I went shopping today, I got a bunch of little sandwiches that were already made, and one was a chicken salad, one was like a roast beef, one was like some Italian something, and they were different. One was on a croissant, one was like on a pretzel, and one was like on the longer deli roll. So I thought I'll give him some options, and so I said, Gloria, for lunch, there's some sandwiches in there, and you can, make those for your Nanette and figure out which ones you want. And that's the last I kind of went out there today because I've been going out there a lot, but I was like, what, let me let her have a little bit of space because I had made breakfast and then I had made my lunch, and that was it was around 11:30, and I said, Gloria, I had fallen asleep on the couch, and so, oh yeah, I'll get to that. And so I said, so now she's kind of been back in her kitchen a little bit. So I haven't been out there. I don't know what's going on out there, but I felt like for a second I didn't want her to feel like we were taking over her kitchen either. You know what I mean? But I also didn't want her to feel like she had to cook all the time. So now she's kind of going in there when she wants to. But I think she made a salad and stuff. And okay, Richard said she made a salad. And but Richard brought her breakfast. So but we're trying to nurture her, but then not make her feel like she's helpless because she doesn't like that. I went to do her laundry and she took over with that. I washed it, but then she took it, put it in the dryer, and she folded it and everything. So she still wants to be no, I'm still around you guys. So we're happy every time she's kind of bouncing up, still wanting to do things. But I'm doing all the cleaning. And I'm keeping it really clean in the kitchen. I mean, it's not great yet. It's not perfect yet. But every day it gets a little cleaner. That's kind of how I do it. I'm not one of those where I just massively clean. I little by little. And each day it gets a little cleaner. But today I did a lot because I stuck with my diet today. And I felt good about it. And the last couple of days I was kind of more even if I was sticking with my diet in the morning, it was more I was kind of white knuckling it. Today I was no, I was cleaning things. So I cleaned the floors in our space here. And I realized we got to get new mops. We have to wait till we get the funds back. Right now they're no money, but we need new mops, and then that'll be helpful. And so there's a handyman coming on Monday, which also we have to go to DMV on Monday. We have to go to DMV tomorrow too, for the ladies, but to look at the tree. But we're gonna ask him to refer us someone to do the blinds. Because I was like, Richard, we're just not good at things like this, getting the drill out and hanging blinds. It's just not really in our wheelhouse. I mean, my stepdad, that was his thing. He was a handyman. But like, this just like, once a drill is involved, I'm like, oh, that's beyond me. Like, you guys say, like, I do things, like, some things are just, nah. I don't know how to. For one thing, I like hang tacky nails. That's like a hammer and nails. That's, you know, maybe a screwdriver. That's about all I deal with. A screwdriver and nails and a hammer. Once you start getting like the drill, I mean, I've used a drill, but someone had to put the thing on there and I had to just like turn it on and act like I had done it, but I had no idea which screw to put in there, which thing. We have 2 drills. We got them when me and Richard did mount the TV. But like I said, he had to get it all together, and I was like, okay, ooh, I used the drill. But we had to go buy a drill when we first got here so we could mount Annette's TV in her room. And because there's 2 drills, but the other one's missing something, you know, part of the power connector or something. So we have like 2 out there, but I think only one is functional. Because you can't charge the other one. Anyways, there's a little bug flying around. But yeah, I felt very protected. I did the laundry. I haven't done like I cleaned a lot, but and I shopped this morning. Right. I shopped this morning twice actually, because this is funny. Richard sent me back to get donuts. But then now he's not sure he wants them, which I'm good. So I'm like, good, we can throw them out if you don't want them. I'd rather us waste the money than. But he was like this morning, like, who can give me donuts? And I'm like, oh, fine. So I just went and got some from Smith's, you know, the individual
Ian
ones.
says,
But
my day 3, I had diarrhea, shitting hot and cold sweats, had slept like maybe 4 hours over the course of 2 nights. You
Yeah.
sound like you're doing really good.
Well, here's the deal. That was my day 3 a couple weeks ago. See, this is really my second day 3 because I was day 14 and then I only drank 1 day. So day 3, I was bad. I wasn't even blogging day 3 in the beginning, I don't think. I didn't feel well. Maybe, did I? I don't remember. Was it maybe popping up a little bit, but like I didn't feel well. But no, this is kind of like another day 3. But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This one's like a good one where I'm feeling more committed to like not eating all that sugar too, because the sugar also can make me crave alcohol more in a way too. So like, even though it sometimes can prevent, but it's like they kind of are connected. You know what I mean? Because well, like especially the alcohol that I choose is sugary. So, but if I have to choose something to avoid the alcohol, then I can do the sugar, you know what I mean? But, like, I'm not going to choose alcohol anymore, if that makes sense. But I would prefer to not choose either. And to just try to stick with my commitment of, like, doing the protein. You know, I mean, I'm not, you know, maybe, you know, I'm not saying this is 0 sugar, like, a little bit here and there, but not with, like, what we've been doing. But we might not be as rigid as we were because, you know, we used to do things like collard greens and like kale and stuff, and then we kind of got where we were only doing the protein. But I do enjoy doing the protein. It just makes me feel the best, and I don't get the cravings. So it's a tough thing, but it is a hard transition, so, you know, you gotta kind of balance out. But today I'm feeling really good about it. Like, today I'm not having all these cravings, which is the first time, because, like, those 14 days were bad. Like, I was craving. Well, obviously I was craving it enough to where I caved in for alcohol on the day 15. But it was pretty bad. White knuckling it. But I don't feel that the last 3 days, if that makes sense. Because I think now that we're in the top of the 8th. Oof. We might lose this one. But the thing is, it would have been a sweep. So it's like, for it to win all 3 games is difficult. And I think sometimes teams don't even try as hard the third time, when it's like, we don't necessarily need, unless they can. But like if it's obviously like the other team is trying really hard, you're like, well, whatever, you know, you kind of, because it doesn't look like the Mets are playing that hard today. Because they're also tired because they played really hard the last 2 games, you know what I mean? They won. Those were tough games too. But yeah, it's kind of like really, I don't know if it doesn't look like they're giving it their all to win this one, but we'll see. But anyways, like I said, it would have been a sweep. So they won 2 out of the 3 if they lose this one. But if they win, that'd be great. But we're at the top of the 8th, and I think we're now at the bottom of the 8th. I think they just ended the and it's 2-0. The Mets are losing, but they're just not, no one's really getting like good hits today. It's like a couple of people get on base, but it's just like Soto, I think, struck out like 3 times. It's a mess out there today. The Royals are playing hard. They don't want to get swept. So, anyhow, I don't mind. Like, I'm not like crazy about like if like, oh my God, they can't ever lose a game, or they can't, like, or they have to win every game. It's like, they're gonna win some and lose some because they play all the time. That's the beauty of baseball. So it's like you can never get worked up if they lose a game because you're like, oh, they got plenty more. You know what I mean? And I felt really proud of them to win the last 2, and because this was a tough series. The Royals are playing hard, and it's in Kansas City, and I think it's really hot. They were saying, so it's really like humid. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to New York. 18 days, and this trip is going to be very different for me because I've gone without drinking, but the time that I didn't drink before, I hadn't drank in a while, and I was very committed to not drinking. It was but then I started like giving this option of like, oh, I can drink in New York, like kind of leaving it open-ended, and ever since then, it's my trips have not been, they've kind of been slowly deteriorating. Where like, I mean, I've still been making the money, but it's just more difficult. Like everything's like difficult, and it's like, oh, it doesn't have to do with the fact that I'm drinking that everything is more difficult. It's like, just no, of course it does, because it's like, you're tired, you make mistakes, like things just go awry, where when you're sober, like things just go really smoothly. So I'm looking forward to that because I remember when it went really smoothly. So I started drinking. So I went July 2023. I did not drink, and then I went. Then I didn't go the end of that year. I went January 2024, and I did not drink then. And then I went, can't remember when, and then it wasn't until November 2024 that I drank the first time. Yeah, so it was like there was a couple of trips that I went, I can't remember what, that I didn't drink. And then November I only drank for a tiny bit, and then the January one I drank just a little bit, and then the March one I drank a lot, and the June one I drank a lot. So really only been like 2 trips that I drank a lot. The other trips, like half of the trip I didn't even, so I know how to do New York without drinking, you know what I mean? So it's doable. I just got like this bad habit and got a little bit like, I was kind of making excuses like, oh, I need to drink in New York, but I don't, And so I'm actually feeling much better about the trip, because it's kind of scary when there's the unknown of like, you don't know what you're going to do. But when I'm sober, I know what I'm going to do. I'm aware, like I'll deal with it in a minute. But when you're drunk, you're like, ooh, who knows? And you do dumb things. And I hurt myself a lot too. That was scary. What trip was that? The March trip. I dropped the mirror on my toe. Oh, some of these things like still like sugar. Like it could have like cut my toe off, and I was drinking, and it was bleeding for the longest time. I mean, and I got these crappy Band-Aids. Like, I get good Band-Aids for some reason at the store, because I needed one closed, so there was a bodega. Julia was like trying to bandage it, and it was like, I just kept filling the socks with blood. It was it March or was it January? I don't remember. Dumb stuff like that. And then I fell over the one time in the wind. I mean, it was windy, but I was also drunk, so like windy with a drunk person. Yeah, there's a lot of accidents. So I'm feeling really positive now, and I also want to be healthy. And now I figured out that Foreman Grill is so easy. You just you make little burgers, and you don't have a lot of mess, and so you can actually do it in the hotels. And and I'm excited that part of my stay is already paid for too. It's on credit, but it's a credit that we pay off in 6 months, which is totally doable because as soon as I go to New York, we could pay it. It's nice that I don't have to each day worry about when I first get there. But Richard was worried that if I was drinking, having that sort of like foundation would have made me be like, oh, don't worry, about like, oh, I'll deal with it, because when I'm there and because sometimes I'll fall asleep or be like too tired and I want to go. But if I'm, like, oh, I need to go, I better get up, then I'll go. Because I get lazy, and that's when I don't want to go. And it's not like I don't really want to, but it's like, who wants to go to work? So, like, having, like, the rooms paid for in advance could have made me a little bit lazier if I was drinking. You're like, oh, I'm good. But now I won't be that way. Because when I'm not drinking, I want to work because there's not a whole lot going on there. When I drink, I'm like, drink and pass out. So I don't want to worry about anything. But when I'm not drinking, then, there's a lot of time in the day. So it's like, sure, might as well work. Because I don't mind working in Manhattan. I like working. I don't really like working here because I'm a different mindset. Here I'm like, a mom, kind of like being like the mom around the house. I'm not literally a mom, but, I'm a mom to these 3 adults. And it's just a different mindset to switch into the other mode at work. And it's very hard to like take sexy photos here. On the strip it's easier, but like in here, ridiculous. So I used to take photos like in the places we lived at home and stuff, because it was just a very, sexy vibe, but here it's very different. And so in New York, there's a lot more of a like sexy vibe. So I get a lot of good photos, but I wasn't taking photos the last 2 trips very much because I didn't look good. Because I'm not saying I look terrible, but as soon as I start drinking, I don't look as good as I normally feel that I look. You know what I mean? Like I go from like, the day before I drink, I look a certain way in the mirror. The next day I wake up, oh, what I mean? Like it's different. So you're not like wanting to take photos that day. And someone might say, oh, you look great, but they'll kind of see because it's like a puffy eye thing. It's not like, it's not like, it's like puffy cheeks and swelling. Everything's like coming together. Like your cheeks are coming up to your eyes. Can't really see. Sometimes I can barely see it. Richard's like, you look Chinese. I don't know if that's a racist thing to say. But I didn't mean that in a bad way. But anyways, so it's just a different thing to like kind of to feel healthy all the time. Then each day that you're healthier, you actually go, oh, I look nice today. You want to take a photo. And that's why we take so many photos, because as soon as every day we felt healthier for a really long time when we were first kind of discovering the carnivore keto diet. It was like every day we felt better. So even now we look back and we're like, wow, we were confident for like how we didn't sometimes look that great, but we had looked better than we had felt in a long time. So it was like each day was progress. And so it's funny because like now I'm like, wow, I'm glad I had the confidence to just because there was a moment that I did put on a bit of weight, not a lot, but for me in 2018 when we first got out of the cave. And we were walking a lot, but we just kind of thought we could eat more than we could, I guess. So we were eating like a bunch of fried chicken. It was all organic. So we were like all this fried chicken and all these like organic apples. So a lot of sugar and like almonds and cashews and things. And so it wasn't super bad, but we were just kind of like, we just slowly like from after leaving the cave, like started to pack on weight a little bit. And then I remember being like, what's going on here? Like not being sure why this was happening because we thought we were being very healthy, but we were consuming a lot of sugar and a lot of oil through the fried chicken, So even if you think you're not eating that much, certain things can put on the weight more than other things. So then we found that the beef, it would just lean us down more. But some people were like, oh, you guys got too thin. And yeah, we did for a bit. So I don't think we'll ever get as thin as we were. For one thing, we were very active when we were that thin. Like the time we were in Panama, we were swimming every single morning. So we were already doing the protein diet, and we were swimming every morning laps on the pool on the roof. Because if me and Richard have a pool, we will do laps. But we don't really have access to the pool. We can go 12 times a year, but that's one of those things. Maybe we'll start going more. But since it hasn't been an everyday thing, we don't go. Like it's like if it could be an everyday thing, we would go. And it's kind of, but it's like, oh, we're gonna go like once a month. What's the point, But we needed to start going and at least taking advantage of the 12 times a year at the club over here, you know. I wish it accumulated. We accumulated from the last 2 years, the ones we didn't use. They don't do that. Anyways, so, right, chapped lips again. Chapstick on. When we were very active, you do have to be a little bit careful if you are doing the protein diet. Like, if you are being very active, you probably should have some carbs because it'll just really lean you down. But if you're just sitting around, you can kind of get away with it. That's like when we just kind of sit around here, then it seems like when we eat the burgers, it seems like we kind of stay like a normal size, don't get too skinny. But you know, don't get too big either, and that seems to kind of like work. But yeah, I feel like if you're an athlete, then you definitely need to be consuming like sugar and carbs and stuff because they like these baseball players and stuff because there's just no way. One thing you do, like, even though you have a lot of energy, you will run out of it if you like on this diet because you know, there is a limit, you know, because it's just kind of your own. You can go for quite a while, but like I said, we find like we sleep a lot when we do the full protein diet, kind of like bears, you know, hibernating. But we're really bummed about this tree. It's probably sorry, we got the guy coming to look at it, but I think they messed it up. Unfortunately, they came to cut it, and I think they cut it too much, so I killed our little tree. It was like a plum tree too. Made these tiny little plums. We thought they were cherries, but they were just these tiny plums. Very cool. It was so unfortunate because Richard loves wildlife and trees and nature and stuff. Like he's really into that. And he misses Oregon. He's from Oregon. I'm from California, so I like it too. But I'm one of those I can kind of just adapt anywhere. But he really doesn't like when there's not a lot of nature. And now that, you know, they took the grass out. There used to be grass here, but they had to get rid of all the grass when there was when they had to get rid of when everyone had to cut back on the water here in Vegas, they removed a lot of the grass from a lot of the subdivisions and turned it all to rocks. But this subdivision used to have beautiful grass for years. That was like very plush. Everyone had gorgeous lawns. And what happened is when they got rid of the grass, all the trees are dying, because they used to water the yards. And now the trees are there in rocks, and they forgot to water the trees. So like the trees are dying in the neighborhood on top of that the guy cut ours. So some are still surviving in the neighborhood, but they also didn't get like chopped up. So it's just like, so it's double whammy, the poor tree. But it was also, so we're just trying to water it, but it's probably not going to make it. And it's unfortunate because it took a long time. These trees in Vegas don't grow fast, and they're going to replace it with this tiny little thing. They did some of the neighbors already. So it may have not even been the guys, like it might just be this water thing, but I think it's kind of a double whammy here, because it seemed like as soon as they chopped it, it was like, the tree was like, done. Like, oh. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. We're really sad about that, because we're kind of losing the nature around here, but there's just not enough water in Vegas. We're in the desert. It's insane that they did have all the grass in Vegas for all these years, and like there's some of the golf courses are having to get. Oh, I'm really bummed they got rid of like a whole pond out. But so there's this place is on a golf course. It's a retirement community on a golf course, and they had these gorgeous ponds I showed the geese how to get there, and the biggest one they completely drained. So there's only like a tiny one left, but the geese still come. But it's just so unfortunate, now it's just like dirt. It was just very nice, but it's a desert. No water. I get it. But it's just sad to see some of these things go when you were kind of used to it. But I totally understand. I always thought it was ridiculous to have all these water things and all this nature in the desert, but it did make it really nice here. And that's why Vegas is getting a little bit lamer, because we're losing more and more nature. People can't water the nature. It's the desert. It's like Arizona, everything's turning to rock. So everything here is rock. But yeah, it used to be grass before we lived here. Glory was living here, but so it just happened in I think it was 2020 or 2021, they got rid of the grass. It was before we had moved in. but Gloria was here. So when we used to come visit, there was always grass. When I first visited, I first visited this place in 2012. It was still nice then because Richard's father had died in 2011, so it was really nice. In 2012, it was really nice. But then Gloria was only here for a little bit, and she came to Portland. And then when she came back, it was still nice. Till it was getting messier, but it was still pretty nice till about 2014. But by 2015, 2016, it started to get messier and messier, and then just each year got messier and messier. Like each year, I'd be like, "Richard, your mom's place is getting messier," because we kind of just would pop in. She wouldn't let us in anymore, but we would come over and we kind of look in a little bit, but she would get, "Oh, my house is messy, I don't want you to come in." Was always her excuse. And she would just meet us outside if because sometimes we'd have some mail delivered here, like if it was, because we put this as our permanent address for things, things like your driver's license or something, because we were always moving so much, especially when we lived in New York. So we would come over here, and then we would bring Gloria money often or things, and she often was, needing us to bring like Diet Coke or cigarettes for Annette if she was running out of money. But we always kind of just thought it was like an end of the month thing because she gambled too much. Like we never realized like she was getting like really running out of money. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't really fully get it because she wouldn't really explain her finances, and but yeah, each time it would kind of get worse. But yeah, in 2012, this place was really nice, and there was really nice plush grass out there, really nice. And so we came to visit to bring the first Mercedes to Gloria because that was Richard's car, and we gave it to Gloria before we went to Panama, and we brought the Koki, the dog, and he was so cute. He ended up passing before we got back from Panama. But yeah, it was nice. We had a good time. We didn't stay here because it was very chaotic. Like we couldn't stay here. Gloria wanted us to stay on the couch, but Annette was so erratic even back then that it was like, no, we'll get a hotel. So we stayed at a hotel. But I remember Gloria wanted us to, to stay on the couch like if you normally would go to someone's house. So even though the place wasn't messy, it was still like not a place that people, like Annette was she's been erratic, and I think that her biggest thing was caffeine her whole life. It's been very difficult for her. So it's even, she's been have a little bit of caffeine tea, and even Annette does start to get more vocal. She's, saying, more angry things, but I'm like, well, maybe one cup of tea a day, maybe she'll be all right. But it is hard because she's just so much happier without the caffeine. It makes her very angry. But then I'm like, well, maybe she can still get her anger out. I don't know, but it seems to just kind of instigate her schizoaffective disorder is what I seem to know. It's like she starts yelling at the voices in her head and stuff. So, she was just always doing that. And that was just a complete chatterbox when we got here. She never stopped talking, but usually at the top of her lungs, like just screaming. Like there was barely a time she would lose her voice because she talked so much, but just not to anyone. You know what I mean? And you would have to try to you'd kind of snap her to try to get her attention sometimes, and she'd sometimes be like, but she was in another world. And that's how it was anytime I'd ever seen her. We'd be like, and she'd be like, oh hey, that, and she was gone again, and it's just so different now. So I just don't want it to go backwards, but I also want her to feel like she can have a little caffeine, because I don't want to be too rigid. So we're kind of experimenting with. They have a little bit of. They just have caffeine tea. It's just they have a black one and a green one. We didn't mean to get two. Richard had got the wrong one, and we forgot. He had got one for a crepes or whatever those things are called. We used to have one of those, but those things are stupid. And so we had it in the car for a while. We were ready to return it. We didn't have the receipt anymore. They were actually nice. They did. I'll tell you. So that is returned. But so we got another one. So they do have now a green tea and a black tea. But they let him return it without the receipt and everything. It was very nice of that. We shopped there all the time, but it had been a week or two because we forgot. And they're like, it's kind of weird without the receipt, but we just need to switch it because we don't have one of these makers. Can we get it for the regular ones? Because they had one for those makers and then one for regular tea bags. And that was nice because we got them these nice teas too. That was probably, it wasn't a cheap one. We got them the English breakfast one, or whatever, and it was $10.99 or something for it. I was like, gosh darn, I got the wrong one. And So that was nice. It's nice when you go to the same stores and kind of like do things like that. Where if you go to a news store, they're probably like, no way, no way. Where's your receipt? So I really like these local stores. They're very nice, and they kind of know our family now. Like the other day when I was shopping, the lady's like, "Oh, where's your sister?" And it's like I always talks to me, kind of flirts with me. Which today I was on the phone with Rich, was luckily he was trying to talk to me about. I'm like, he's weird, but most of the people were very nice. I know the difference between someone being nice and someone being awkwardly flirty and weird and hitting on customers. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh wait. Nice. Fabulous. We just tied the game. Okay, maybe the Mets are going to let the Royals take over today. We might have a sweep. Hey, now it's 2-2, but man, it's top of the ninth. 2-2. Wow, we might go into overtime. It's turned into a good game. Good. I'm glad I left it on. I have it on the big TV, so I'm still watching it a little bit. Good game. I'm really looking forward. I said I would love to go to a Mets game, but I don't want to go with a client. I just don't want to, because it's something it's so important to me, and it's like me and Richard's thing that I just really don't want to do that, but I also don't want to offend my client, so it's like, I don't know. I think it's going to become a non-issue. I know, that was amazing. Oh, wait, who is it?
McNeil got a triple.
Oh, they brought him in.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good. Then that bet worked out.
Ninth
Okay.
inning, you got triple.
Fabulous. No, he wasn't in. It was Acuna. I was like, what's the deal here? Unless I was wrong, but I didn't see him when they showed the players that were, playing the positions. Anyways, so I think it's going to be a non-issue, because my client's one of those kind of like, he's a planner, but he's a bit of a he's a partier guy. So, which I don't party with him. It's great. He don't even want to share. He's just like just does his own thing, and I just sit there, which is great. That's how it's always been. But it's actually there was a short time that I actually was like drinking, and I remember like trying to like kind of drink. He didn't like that. He just does his own thing. It's like he likes me sober, because I was sober I've known him since 2021, and I was sober when I first met him, like fully sober. No alcohol, no bad food, nothing. I was like doing the really strong, like that's what we were like nuts in the beginning when we first went to New York. We were like nuts about like our diet. Like we would not have anything non-organic, and it had to be, for me, only like the organic beef. It was like we were crazy. I mean, we would like not eat the entire time we were traveling, because we're like, oh no, and we'd be like starving by the time we get to our hotel, and then we'd find out we couldn't get beef, and we'd be like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? And we'd like set ourselves up to like this terrible situation, because we were just like nuts about like, and now we're like, okay, we're not crazy like that. But this is, when we first did our diet, we didn't think about traveling. We were like, we didn't plan on traveling, and then we're like, oh, this is gonna be difficult traveling. when you start traveling and stuff, it's different. It's like, that's what happens to me now when I travel. But I'm gonna do the best I can with trying to cook my beef burgers in the hotels. So we'll see, as long as they don't tell me I can't. It's better to apologize than to ask for permission. One hotel, when I was drunk, I asked for permission, and they said no. But of course they're gonna say no. You can't out cooking in your room. Of course you're gonna say no. But if they come to your room and they say it, they usually don't tell you to stop. They're just like, okay. But 2 hotels did tell us to stop, and so then you do. But better to apologize and ask for permission. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully I can cook in the hotels. Fingers crossed. But I'm getting excited, and this is turning into a great game. And I'm proud of myself today, because I've done no sugar today. No sugar and no alcohol. But day 3, no alcohol. Only day 1, no sugar. But it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of hard to do those exactly the same. I was trying to do those exactly the same. They're pretty close. But this is even, like I said, this is even stronger with the alcohol, because if this was really day 3, I probably couldn't even, like, I'd be weaker with the sugar. Like, today I'm feeling stronger, because it's actually more like my day 17. But I slipped up one day. You know what I mean? I think of it that way. Because on day or maybe even day 18, what would that be? Because I slipped up on day 15. So, yeah, 17 then. We'd be at 17, right? Yeah. No, we'd be at 18. Yeah, day 18. We'd be at day 18. But now I'm fully committed. That day, but when I was day 14, I was not committed to never drink again. I was already thinking I might drink in New York. Now I'm on no drinking, which is actually such an easier commitment to do. I don't know what I was thinking, being like, oh, I'm just going to casually drink. Like, you can't commit to that. No, you gotta be one or the other. So I was like, oh, you could. I mean, you can in the sense of like, you might be able to function, but you're not going to be your best person you can be. Because alcohol is just, it's a poison. So it's going to make you more tired, not look as good. It's going to make you more sluggish, you know. You might have moments that it gives you energy. Like I, stay up a lot when I drink, but I also then have a hard time waking up the next day, you know what I mean? So, payoffs. And ultimately, if I keep drinking, I start getting more and more tired. You know what I mean? Because like I have like the initial euphoria, which I don't even know if I'd have anymore. Because like I said, the last time I drank, I didn't even experience that. And I was like, I ain't worth my time. But I just felt terrible when I drank the other day. It was like the whole experience was just not good. And I'm like, this is what I've been like glamorizing, you know? So after doing that, I feel really committed now to be like, and I'm glad that my last experience was that, because sometimes we have this ability to glamorize when there's a million bad experiences from alcohol, I'm sure, with everybody, but we'll try to pinpoint these couple of instances where we felt like we had fun or something, be like, oh, but now all I'm remembering is like just my stomach more than anything else. It's like I really do not feel good when I drink alcohol, and it's not something I recover from quickly. Sugar I can recover from a lot quicker. That's why I think sugar's a lot more, something people do more in society than alcohol, but people do a lot of both. But you can bounce back a little quicker. Like if you eat some bad food, you bounce back a little better the next day if you try to be healthy than if you drank. Like if you drank one night or if you ate bad food, like, both days, the next day you might not feel great, but I would say the food you can bounce back from a little easier than the alcohol for most people. At least definitely for me. So I would rather but I'm just hoping now that I've made the choice with the alcohol, which today I definitely am feeling that, where today I've felt very strong, like where I'm not like craving food all day. And I just ate my burgers and I feel good, and I'm going to eat my dinner around dinner time. And I don't know what's going to happen this evening, but I definitely have not felt this good in a long time. Because whenever I was still kind of like thinking about drinking, I think it was hard for me to commit back to my healthy diet. Because it's like I was saying earlier, it's like if you think like, okay, I'm healthy today, but in a couple weeks I'm going to be super unhealthy. It's just like, you're almost like, why bother? But also, like I kept thinking, oh, maybe I'll look good if I'm sometimes healthy and then sometimes unhealthy. No, sorry, don't work that way. Nope, only for a minute. I was like, each time I drank, I was looking worse. And the other day when I drank, like I had to work that evening because I drank earlier in the morning, and then by like the afternoon I like passed out, and then by evening I was pretty much sobered up, and then I went to work, and then I didn't drink anymore. But I didn't look good. I was like, oh, and still this is only day 3, so I'm like, I'm not looking as good. And when I look at like my photos, when I look at just kind of like, so overall, I'm not even saying like, I'm not, but I'm saying like my demeanor, my happiness, when I look at my photos, like from the day 14 before I drank the alcohol, I was starting to kind of like my eyes were starting to, kind of come back of like a brightness. And then even today, it's not the same as it was day 14. Like I can because I take photos all the time, so I just notice these little things. It's just like you don't have that like a glimmer in your eyes, you don't have the like brightness of your skin or whatever. That alcohol takes all those things away. And I'm someone that takes photos, so I really notice those things. And I notice it. Oh man, Kansas City won, but that was a really good game. And I'm glad they didn't get swept, but I'm glad the Mets came back. It was 3-2 Kansas City, but that was a really good game. At least I didn't get swept. So the Mets won 2 out of 3. But I don't mind when the other team wins because all the players want to win once in a while. You know, I mean, I'm not like one of those like. That's the other thing, and like it's like, you know, yeah, like you see the other players be just as upset when the things go wrong. There, you know, so it's like, you know, when you start and when you see the players often on the other teams, you start to know the other players, and you do be like, oh, I'm happy that guy got a hit or something like that. Even though it's, you know, I start to notice that with some of the players, you know, like, oh, I like that guy. But anyways. I really like. I think you have to just be all or nothing when it comes to your health. Because if you're trying to like dabble with your health, like I'll just dabble with it. I'll be healthy sometimes, just gotta once in a while. I mean, I know there's the occasional thing where you know you go live it up. Where some people do that. I can't do that because I've done it enough in my life. But yeah, maybe that works for some people. But with me, I'm not one of those. Like if I go live it up on a weekend, then I'm gonna want to live it up for the next couple weeks. You know, that's how I am. So it's like I've done that enough. I'm 40. I've been on the rodeo enough time. I've been drunk enough times. I guess I like to say I really have. I'm just like I was telling Rich today. I'm just like I'm just done. You know, and I know I've said that before. And yeah, okay, I might be wrong, and I might have to eat my own foot. But I really feel good about this time, and the more I commit to forever, the actual easier it is in my mind. Like, and I thought it would be harder that way. Like I thought it'd be like, ooh, if I say forever, that's gonna be no. But actually, I'm like, no, that actually is easier because thinking of like the occasional actually is more daunting to me, because I do have an issue with alcohol. I'm an alcoholic, and so. Like the occasional makes you like, oh, well, then how much do I have? Oh, how often? You know, and you just be like, nah, done. So I'm actually like the last 3 days have been just really good days for me, where I'm really like I've been productive. I mean, not as productive as I like I want to be the one hanging those curtains, but it's not happening right now. I'm like, hopefully we get a handyman. I guess that's not something I'm good at. But in the past, I would try to tackle the job. But, you know, I'm just kind of taking it slower on myself because I don't have the energy that I normally have. And I'm okay with that, you know, like giving myself the space. I mean, I'm still doing all the chores, you know, so like a lot more energy than most people. But, and I'm working, you know, when I'm available here in Vegas. It's so sporadic, it's so annoying. But, anyways, we have moments where it's like really good, and then it's just so sporadic. It's so annoying. It drives me nuts. That's why in New York it's just consistently good. That's why I like going there sometimes. It's like you just know it's like you might not have you might have a day or two you don't work, but most days you work in New York. Here it's like so hit and miss, which is irritating too because then you're in such a different zone. I'm like, you know, watching a Mets game, then all of a sudden I gotta get out of bed. Now I'm still not even showered. I have to try to stay. Showers, like, you know, I jump back in the shower, but like to where I don't have to like maybe fully do my hair and all that stuff early, so then I can be ready. But then, you know, I just never really know. But when I'm feeling lazy, I don't get up and shower. So I take a lot of showers a day, but when I'm being lazy, I don't. And not of doing my I only shampoo my hair once, but I rinse my body a lot of times a day. And but if I haven't done like the whole shampoo part and stuff, then it's a longer shower. You know what I mean? Because I got to do everything, you know, do all my hair products and things. And when I get lazy, when I'm not feeling good, like I sometimes sleep too long and I'm just in bed, and now I get a call, and now I need about an hour to get there because I got to jump in the shower, like a longer shower than, you know. Because if I, you know, just need to rinse my body, I can probably be there about a half hour, you know, and real quick, you know. I can't even do my makeup in the car. You know, jump in the shower, rinse my body, put on some clothes, do my makeup in the car, we're on our way. But if I have to do the full, so it actually, the less I work, the harder it is to go work, and so we end up I miss things or it's too long of a time, you know, because we're about a half hour away from the strip now. We used to be only like 5 minutes, so it was much easier. But the more I'm just kind of like up, and then it's like, you know, like right now, if I got a call, I wouldn't mind. I would. I do. She irritates me. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I would take it for sure. If you want to send me that, amazing. But don't worry about it. If it's for you, you keep it. But But yeah, I'll go to any concert if someone sent me a ticket. I probably, you know what I mean. I would think most. But yeah, I like Taylor Swift. I actually listen to tons of Taylor Swift music. The problem is I don't like how much Taylor Swift takes over all of music. So I have her on my playlist, but sometimes she can like dominate your playlist, like, cause I'll shuffle it, like Taylor Swift. But I like a lot of her songs, I do. And I hate to admit it sometimes because sometimes I want to be like, I don't like these super white girl songs, but I'm like, but I do. Oh, I do. And, you know, I like music that is fun to listen to.
Mark Fusion is here and says hello.
Oh, hello, Mark Fusion. Hello. Sorry, my legs. I started to get fall asleep. I like me. Hello, Mark Fusion. Hello, Mark Fusion. You guys just check out Mark Fusion. He is awesome. If any of you who don't know, probably most of you know about him already. But he's just a funny guy. His channel is just very obscure with all kinds of different things. You never know what you're going to get over there. And he often does some very nice videos about me, which I really appreciate. I don't have a lot of fans that do nice videos. I have a lot of like haters that do negative videos, but not as much these days. But to have someone like do nice videos, I was like, oh, isn't that nice?
Tony says that you and the other guy are the best.
Who, what?
Tony.
Tony. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you. Appreciate that, Tony. You're the best, Tony. We love you, Tony. We've been, I've been like really kind of like cleaning up more and more. The house is like feeling just a lot better, you know, like I was kind of just, I don't know, like not really, I was doing just kind of bare minimum. And so I'm like, you know, I was sitting there and like, oh, I have nothing to do. I'm eating all day. Like, well, I could clean. You know what I mean? But when you feel like eating, cleaning is not what you feel like doing. But now that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not in that zone where I'm like wanting to eat all day or wanting alcohol all day. I'm like really getting over it. So it's like, oh, I can actually clean again. But it is very difficult to clean when you want to eat. It's hard to just like, oh, you want to eat? Instead, just go clean the toilet. Like, oh, yeah, right. You know what I mean? But now I'm kind of in that zone where today I was like, clean the floors, which I hate cleaning floors in our bathroom here. I hate doing the floors. And then I realized we gotta get some mops. They just, and I already knew we needed them, but now we really need them. And so, but we gotta wait till the funds come back. But, yeah, things are just going really well around here. Like, and I'm cleaning all of, like, the towels. Like, I don't know why I wasn't cleaning the towels in the front. None of those things were not even intentional. It was just more like Gloria had her little method of doing things, but some of her methods didn't make sense. So I need to step in. Like, I was letting her clean her little hand towels in the kitchen, but they were just becoming disgusting all the time. So I'm like, oh, that's not acceptable. So now I'm just cleaning the towels because I clean mine all the time and I'm not even cleaning the dishes here anymore. So I'm like, well, I'll just clean all the hand towels out there.
Today.
Oh, good. Well, we broke even. We got our money back on our bets. So
I got that one bet. I only did, but
we only bet $10, so we got $10. But we have actually quite a bank of money. But we're just going to take 2 days to get it out because I was like, oh, we could have used that today. But now we had enough for groceries today. But he's like, oh, it takes 2 days. I'm like, forget it. Just leave it then. Because it's kind of nice to leave it there so you can kind of still bet and kind of know like what we've won and what, you know, it's kind of like this little fund of like betting fund, you know. I'm not even that into the betting. I just like watching now. But Richard, he likes betting and he'll throw $5 or $10. Now we don't bet 20 anymore. Because I was always doing it at $5 and then Richard was doing several bets and usually, you know, he was at least getting his money back. But I was like, just, you know, you don't have to bet as much now. But sometimes, you know, we would not always get our money back, so, you know. But we're up. So there is money in there. But all this money's like in these little abyss accounts, you know, over here. Takes a couple days. So it's not money that you could use if you need it, like, for groceries. But it's just insane that they're holding so much of our funds in that, you know, that's like a pending authorization thing. But it was a mistake. So, you know, it was like when the thing errored on the computer. And I think Richard did 3 times. He didn't realize it was charging him each time. And it errored. So, so they're saying they can't even see him or something. I hope they get that resolved. I'll be so mad if they take that money. If they take $1,600 from us. Oh. Don't. I hope that doesn't have to happen. We're so damn mad. I mean, that'd be ridiculous, but that kind of stuff happens to us. I mean, already holding it, but they better give it back. Don't take 10 days to give it back either. I'm hoping it's Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to be pretty irritated. So I had to wait all weekend. Ridiculous. But anywho, it's working out. I don't think you just do that to people, though. It's like, kids, those things can be released. But just, whatever. Anyways, so I'm actually feeling really good about life. I get very depressed when I drink alcohol. So now that I'm not going to drink, like, I think I'm going to have a better outlook on life. And yeah, like the last 3 days I've just really been each day waking up feeling better than the day before and waking up with like energy, where part of my issue is I've been really tired in the mornings. Ever since I started drinking, because I usually have like all this energy in the morning, because I get tired at night, but lately I've been tired in the mornings too, so it's like I'm just tired all day basically. But now I'm starting to get my energy in the mornings, so like this morning I woke up and I was like, oh okay, I remember this, feels good again, so it's good. And I feel very like I'm finally being responsible too. Like, I think the other issue with drinking is it was very irresponsible, and I like to be responsible. I used to be like a goody two-shoes when I was young, and even though people might not like my job, I do my job in a responsible way, and I've always taken care of, like if it was me and Richard, until like I said, when I started drinking is when I kind of fell off, and when I was eating a lot of sugar and, doing like an eating disorder, then that's when I didn't take care of our finances. And, people go, oh, Richard get a job, but it's not something I want. So it's like, I can't just be like, oh, I don't want you to get a job, but then I'm going to just F off. It's like, it's either, I can't say both those things. So it's like, no, I want to work. But then, like, when I drink and eat all this bad food and, get into my eating disorder, then I kind of forget about my priorities. And because they're addictions. And when you do addictions, priorities become less important. Your priority is to do your addiction. But your, responsible priorities, the ones that you're supposed to do, you kind of push to the wayside. People even kind of stop bathing as much, like caring for themselves, like I was saying, like sleep, but it's like this thing of like you start being like things like maybe painting your toenails or something, become non-existent, or little things that maybe ladies do and men too, to manicure themselves in some way. You just become less and less, things like maybe you wash your face every night or something. Well, if you pass out, you don't do that. These little things, so you start to, not only is it the poison, but it's you stop caring for yourself as well. And that's with any addiction. Once the addiction starts to take over, the addiction becomes more important than your personal hygiene. Often people don't brush their teeth. Like, that's one thing I'm very meticulous about. I have bad teeth, but I've been meticulous about brushing my teeth since I was a child, because my mom was a dental assistant first. She hated that because it was helping the dentist, so she quit. But she did learn, the importance of brushing your teeth, which this family did not. So she was very strict about brushing your teeth, like right after you ate. And I've always done that, but when I drink, I don't. So I'm drinking all this sugary, apple ciders, and not brushing my teeth afterwards, so things like that. And so I start to know, I'm starting to get like very yellow teeth, which my teeth are not that white on top of it, but if you're, so I remember one day in New York being like, oh my gosh, I just need to really brush my teeth. I had not done a good job, and you just forget to care for yourself in that way. So in my job, it's important for me to look good and have good hygiene and things. So also, I have a lot of clients that don't like alcohol, and when you drink, you do smell like alcohol, and some clients don't like that. The ones that drink alcohol don't mind, but those aren't your best clients anyways, honestly, in this job. Your best ones are the businessmen that, are proper and not drunk in any way and not drinking. So you don't want to offend
Paul
those people.
says you only live once, go for it.
Yeah, I've gone for it enough. Like, now I'm just gonna have a good time in New York, just like being in the city. Like, I enjoy that. Like, I'll actually enjoy it more because I'm gonna explore more. I didn't go out much. Like, I just basically would go get myself alcohol and maybe would go to the store once in a while. I wasn't eating much. Just primarily going to the store just to get alcohol. Yeah, and maybe walking around a little bit, but primarily just getting alcohol and kind of walking back. Sometimes it was harder, like depending on the hour, it would take further to be able to go get cider because I always like those ciders. So sometimes I was walking further distance, but it was primarily a lot of times my journey outside was to get alcohol. A lot of the. I mean, I went out for other things, but but where now I'm just gonna go. I do like just exploring. It's Manhattan. It's amazing. And I love walking, so, and I'm gonna wear my sneakers again. I don't know what I'll wear for the winter again. I do love my leopard boots, but it is hard walking in those heels because they're slick. But I won't be drinking this time, but I'm so funny how I walk in heels. But I'm gonna wear my heel sneakers this trip. Those were very comfy, very nice for walking. All right, Rich, I'm about done. Are you about ready to take over? Yeah, I need a bong hit, so I'm getting sleepy a little bit now. After I did not take a nap today. I ran around and I picked up a net.
Congratulations, day 3, someone said.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and it's like I said, it was that one day slip up. Otherwise, it would have been I think day 17 or day 18. But it is, but it was just that, and I just drank those 4 ciders, and it kind of recharged me to actually now be sober always instead of this because if I didn't drink those ciders, I'm not saying that's a good plan for other people to do. Don't break your sobriety. I'm not saying, but sometimes do you trust your feelings if it's like I just want to break my sobriety for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I just feel like I really need to, then trust your feelings, but make sure it's for the right reason. But I felt that day I needed to, even though I was like, I'm gonna be day 15, and I was like, I thought I was gonna make it to New York, but for whatever reason I felt I needed to that day. And what happened is, by doing that, I realized I didn't want the alcohol anymore. But if I had not, I was starting to glamorize the alcohol. Does that make sense? Because it was like this unattainable, ooh, I'm going to have it in this many days or whatever, maybe. Of course I was gonna, kind of thing. Ooh, but then when I drank, I go, oh, this was what I was like hyping up. And then it was, nothing like that, how glamorous I thought it was. Yeah, I'm going to do a banger. But so then by doing that, then it kind of reset of like what alcohol really is. Because it isn't ever really that fun. And it is usually destructive in some way. And you usually feel like crap and look like crap. So now I'm like, by doing that, I'm like, I don't want to ever drink. Not just like, once in a while, and drink in New York kind of thing once in a while. Like, no drinking. And I am someone that can do that. I'm not someone that can't not do that. I mean, if you can make it 2.5, years or whatever, not drinking when it's constantly in front of you, you can do it. Whether you slip up, like you say, if you didn't make it, then you can because you did it. You know what I'm saying? You can. So now I just want to do it forever. And I can. All right, I'm going to go to my weed.
Okay,
I'll do my weed.
All
right.
And just leave that there for now.
All right. Okay.
I'll give you this before I go. And the other thing. You getting sleepy? You want to take a nap? You want to go for a little drive or something? You got a house. I don't want to keep you active. I don't want you to get bored. No, I mean not that. I'm just saying. Okay. Here you go. Let's do this. Here you go. Is it almost hot already? Isn't it hot yet? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I'm back for a minute, but I'm coughing. Oh man. Alright, you're going good. You're going good.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm here, guys. Checking it out. Hey, see you on Discord to level up together, Joe. Hi, Keith, man. Okay, I'm gonna. We're gonna go. Come on. Come on. All right.
Man, I got so sleepy. Goodbye.
Okay, good. Okay. Alrighty, bear. Okay. Okay, guys, we're just shifting a little bit. We're just doing a little transition. Don't worry. I'm just checking battery levels here. Okay. All right. Yeah. Ah, damn it.
Well, it was a close game at least.
What happened?
Close game.
It was a close game, and we you know what? They're not going to give us that bet because McNeil was not listed as a player. So even though he got the hits, they're like, no, sorry, he's not they canceled that bet, so we only got the Vientos hit. So instead of winning $25, I won $10. I know it's only, but still, these are $5 bets. It pissed me off. I just pretend in my head I put an extra zero on that, so I pretend it's a $50 bet, and I pretend I won $250. But now I only won $100, so now I'm mad since I spent $50. Because I had to bet. I had to freaking bet. No, they do that. It's in their policies. It happens. It happens.
The fact that it came through, the fact they canceled on people, that's ridiculous. The fact it did come through, they should have canceled everybody.
I agree.
So that was ridiculous. So they were just trying to say there was some money right there.
I'm gonna complain. Let's see if I get a.
They can act like it's their policy, but like, he wants us. It's like, oh great. Yeah, we lost you one thing. But it was a winning bet, so you kind of just took my winning bet from me. You really did get it.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Claiming policy.
Yeah, I know. Just claim policy. It's like a, woo. All right, yeah, the Zope is pretty good weed if you want to smoke some weed. I'm gonna go outside and then, yeah, let's not cook anything and maybe we'll go do something fun, okay? We'll eat something, unless you want to do dinner now. Unless you're ready are you ready for dinner now?
Where is it?
Okay.
And then within 2 years after that, after restricting herself so severely, I think that she turned to bulimia because she was tired of the
Gonna do some exercise. We're live streaming right now. Bulimia. They're talking about bulimia, I told you.
I know people throw up too big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's really bad. I think pretty soon your stomach is gonna break loose, and you're gonna ruin your stomach by doing that, and your throat and everything.
Yeah.
So
Not
don't-
good for you.
No, it's not.
I'm just ready to.
I want to change, but I want to do so without my parents.
All right. Woo! Let's see how hot it. Man, it is severe weather today, you guys. Once again, severe weather. Now I'm gonna be outside, so I'll be trying to pay attention today to make sure that we stay live. Okay, so because I'll have to check the camera here. So, all right. Thanks. Yeah, hey guys. Hi Keith Vaughn, what's going on, man? Positive vibes to you and yours on Sunday. You know, I know you guys I hear some of the folks down there complaining that, you know, Joy just talks about her life and just talks about what's going on. And when you ask questions about her past, it's the same story. Well, there's a reason for that, because it's her life, it's her story, you know. And there are new people that do flow through the room, so she's answering some of those questions. But if you've ever done any sort of public speaking, if you've ever done any sort of sales, if you've ever done anything where you're talking to a group of people, if you follow that person around, you will hear the same story again and again and again. I don't care who it is. It could be a comedian. If you follow a comedian around, you'll realize, holy shit, that wasn't a mistake. He pretended to make that a mistake. You'll hear everything. So that's just the nature of it. But what you're seeing is something real. Like, we don't come on here, we don't talk about we don't bring up other people's streams. We don't sit here and talk about that stuff. That was never our game. That was never our thing. I mean, personally, I think that's boring. I think for me to come up here and be your sound wagon to talk shit about someone you don't like, to me that's boring. So we might just have a difference of opinion on what boring is. But yeah, we just kind of do our life, and what you're going to see is, over time, we've been doing this for about 10 years. What you're going to see is that it's a process. So while you might think it's boring, well, I mean, evolution's kind of boring too if you're watching it, right? But isn't it kind of evolution the basis of all science today? So it's pretty freaking amazing, but it's boring to watch. So I get it. So it might be boring to watch, but at the end of the day, if you look back at the last 10 years, you can see some significant progress. You can look at the last 2 years. I mean, look at what we've done for Annette, you know, and Gloria. I mean, this place was in foreclosure. There's rats. This place was, this is not criticism on her. If anything, it's on me for not paying attention. I didn't know we had to be here, but we were gone. And when we came back, it was a broke down palace. Is the camera still on? Okay, good. So yeah, it is kind of boring. You know, what we do is kind of boring. I mean, I get it's more fun to create a lot of drama, to talk about a lot of sex tapes and you know, girls in bikinis and all this. I get that's a lot more exciting. I get it, and drunk people and all this stuff and party and all that stuff. But we're trying to take a different path here. We're growing and we're taking care of Gloria and Annette. We're actually showing like what maybe if someone out there is like 35 years old, right? Instead of waiting till you're 55 years old to do what I did, if you're seeing this, do what I'm doing now. If you have enough money, I could have quit at 35. I pretty much did quit working at 35, but instead of like just meandering and just trying to figure out what to do with my life, I would go back and hang out with my sister and my mom and my dad. That's one of the things that I'd pass down to others. So that's why we document it. And I get it. It's not exciting. It's not boring. I mean, I get it. It's not exciting. It's boring. It's not. I mean, it's more exciting. Like, oh my God, did you hear what so and so did on this channel? Did you hear what so and so said about this person? Did you hear? Oh my God, you'll not believe who got arrested. I get that stuff is exciting, but honestly, it's not conducive for a healthy family. That's drama. One of the things that I was taught at a young age is that the goal of the man in the house is to keep the peace, is to keep things cool, because without that, everything's just like drama. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Did you hear who did this and who did that? Oh my God, oh my God. And then it's like, if you don't have drama in your life, you're pulling up Jedi Rich's old tweets to bring up drama. I mean, it's like whatever you need to have drama in your life, because to sit still, you can't do it. You can't just sit with yourself. And there's an issue with that. That's not conducive for a healthy family. You have to be able to sit still. You have to be able to sit here and do nothing in order for, make sure it's still on. Because yesterday this camera went off, you guys didn't tell me. Now I gotta make sure this one doesn't overheat. All while doing my nunchucks. Okay. So yeah, so I see what you guys are saying. I read what you say, and I read your comments in Discord. And, some of the stuff is that, we do the stuff that, if Joy irritates you so much that you threaten her or threaten her life or anything like that, then there's probably something wrong with you. Like if you've never even met her, you don't know her, but if just a photo of her bothers you so much that you have to contact me and threaten her, I'm looking at XP. If you have to do that, that tells me a lot about you. It tells me that you might have some issues. Not her. Okay. Now, we're going to do what we used to do every day, which is our daily push-ups. Do you guys remember that? We started out this channel, every day we would post a short of Joy doing a bong hit and doing her push-ups. And this was like a couple years ago, before YouTube got really strict on the, we weren't monetized. That's what it was. We weren't monetized, so we did not realize that, like we didn't care that the videos were getting limited ads because we were not monetized. But then we got monetized, we realized, shit, they don't like it when we do bong hits. Okay. So let me see where you guys are before I get too far on this thing. We have limited space here. I know. Man, I take forever to get down here. What the hell? Why is it taking so long? Oh, there I am. Okay. Daily push-ups. Want to count them off for me, guys? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. All right. That's my start, okay? Tomorrow's gonna be harder, I think. Like that was pretty easy, but it's like the first day is always easy for some reason. But we gotta start taking this thing seriously. Enough of this tomfoolery. Hey chat, what's up? Let's see what chat's saying. You gotta break the plane or they don't count. Go lower. What? I thought they were good. I wasn't going down far enough. You want me to do them again? All right. Let's do them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'll do 10. Woo! You couldn't do 25? I know, I could barely do 25. Woo! Did that in just a nick of time. Man. Even in push-ups you take, you know what? Even when someone's doing push-ups, you're a critic. You know what I mean? It's like, what I'm saying is like you might be able to play 10 instruments and you might know Roger Moore, which by the way, I loved Michael and me. But the thing is that if you can't teach someone, in other words, if you repel them away, then all the shit you've taken, all the shit you've learned from this planet is useless. The point is, Buick City Films, is that you learn shit to encourage people. So if you're such an expert at giving push-ups, don't sit here and say, oh, you suck at those, oh, you're terrible, you're lame. The person's gonna be like, fuck, man, fine, I'll never do push-up again. Well, if you're such an expert at it, man, figure out a way to teach the person how to do them. Now, I'm not talking about me. I'm 57 years. I don't need your seal of approval. I'm talking about you in your life. You need to learn how to work with people, bro. You repel them away because you're so awesome. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I believe you're awesome. But I also believe that you think everybody else is stupid. And I think you're right. You probably are smarter than everybody else. And that's not being sarcastic. But my point is, bro, you've been given a gift of being smarter than everybody else. So instead of going around like kicking everybody and telling them how stupid they are, telling them how they can't do push-ups, telling them how lame they are, figure out a way to take what you know and transfer that to someone else. Because your knowledge is essential, man. We need it. People need to know what you know. But no one's ever gonna listen to you because most of the time, after they're done getting a coaching session from you, they're like, man, I hate Buicks. I prefer my stuff made in Japan. Get your mom off the floor and stop hating on Gloria. She's not on the floor. What are you talking about? She's got a brand new mattress. What the hell are you talking about? We ordered her a brand new bed as well. Again, same thing I'm telling Buick. If you're so awesome and you're so great with your mom and you spend so much time with your mom, then why don't you do something to help us? Instead of sitting here just complaining. I mean, we paid all this money and they took the money and they didn't ship the stuff. Now we got to wait a week for the bed. That's not on us, that's on them. We just don't have an extra $3,000 lying around to buy another adjustable bed. So until that gets released, which whenever it does, we won't have access to it. So we had to buy something else. But that takes an extra week. But that doesn't help you just kind of like jumping in. I mean, we're doing stuff. So where are you? Other than just sitting back and just living the high life We're honestly. Oh wait, hold on. I got a Discord notification. Got it. Hey, Marky Mark, what's up, buddy? Hey, you're doing workouts. People find anything to bitch about. My God, don't let them raise your blood pressure. Oh, thanks, man. Listen, I wanted my blood pressure raised because I was doing push-ups. So, you get all fired up. You get pumped up. Normally, I don't even respond to Buick City Films. Ask them. But today, I was just like, you did push-ups, and then it's like, I don't know. I knew for a fact that I just did 35 push-ups. So it doesn't matter what they were saying. So I just can't, but you get all charged up, Hey guys, do me a favor, hit those likes. Kids will bully my son. I told him it's because you react to it and get angry. Do me a favor, Starseed. I don't think that helps your kid. Don't blame your kid for being bullied. It's not his fault. It doesn't matter what your kid does. They will bully him. They found a reason. It might be you. It might be the parents. Who knows? It might be the social status. It might be how much money they have. I don't know the kid's situation, but don't tell a kid. I'm not criticizing your parenting, but I'm just telling you, that's the sort of thing that when I was bullied or I get told that stuff, and they say, well, do this different. It's like, well, shit, man, I'm trying to do shit different, but they're still fucking kicking my ass. So you want me to act? You don't want me to get angry when they fucking beat me up after school? Okay, I'll try that. Guess what? I didn't get angry, and they beat me up more. When I got angry, they ran away because they got a little scared. I don't know. Why hasn't he built the frame? What frame? Shout out Barry McCockner. What's up, Barry McCockner? Maybe just automatically, naturally Sherlock Holmes and John Wick when required. Absolutely, Keith Vaughn. I appreciate that. I think we should. Thank you guys for hitting the likes. I really appreciate it. What else we got? Hey, Peyton. Hey, Peyton. I'm wondering, are you the same Peyton that we were talking to? Peyton Singleton, Vilches. I don't think you are, but Peyton Singleton, because have a blessed Sunday. But about a year ago, we were talking to Peyton. She was having an issue with the person she was married to, and I'm wondering what happened. I'm just saying, you know what? That's exactly right. Okay, your son has different kinds of bullies that I have. That makes more sense. Okay, yeah. If they're like teasing him, then your best tactic is to do what like the pill balls do or the turtles do. They just kind of just ignore them, and they get bored. What they want to do is they want to create a chase, right? They want the bunny to chase so they can run after it, and they all go running after it because it's more fun. But if the bunny is or the possum is playing dead or just sitting there, they're like, yeah, this isn't very fun, and they just walk away. I get the, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh, my bad. Man, sorry, bud. Okay, you're right. Today, bullying is probably different than bullying in the 1970s. Bullying in the 1970s involved like sticking a kid's head underwater, usually in a toilet, but if there wasn't a toilet handy, it would just be a bucket of water, and basically waterboarding them. That would be one of the things they would do. The other thing they would do is that they would give you wedgies so hard that you'd have to sometimes go to the doctor. They lock kids in lockers. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I mean, I bet these days those would be criminal offenses, and those kids' parents and the kids would be facing prosecution, so it doesn't happen. Back then, just good fun. The bed frames in the box? No, man, you guys missed the story. That bed frame went back. We got her an adjust. That was like that was a temporary one. We thought we could just use and put it up there and then return it. And Joy said it was going to take like her all day to build it, just like the one we bought for Annette. And so I was like, well, then if we have things all, we can't return it, obviously. So I was like, let's not waste the money on it. We'll have to wait for it. So yeah, we're kind of screwed because I didn't want to spend the extra money on it. These people don't watch. I know, Nikki, I get it. I know. Well, they do watch, but what they do is they watch other people's channels and they go to other people's rooms. And what they do is they like skip. They'll skip like 5 years of receipts to make their point. And then they come in here and then they're so confused. They're like wait a minute. And then I have to explain everything. And everybody's like, we've heard this story a million times before. Yeah, but it's because Bob and those guys are probably hanging out with other people's Discords or other people's channels. And what they do is they just take shit out of context constantly. My grandson is a big kid, so there's like 4 kids at bully. He's very sweet, sticks up for the underdog. Oh, that's cool. We don't allow him to fight. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That is a great idea. Martial arts, man. I wish my parents would have done that with me. That would have been awesome. Wow. So he's big, and so there's 4 kids that want to bully him because he's so big. Like, in other words, individually, the kids are probably like, man, I'm kind of scared of this kid because he's big, but your grandson's not a fighter. And usually the biggest kids aren't. I mean, like I was a big kid too. I was never a fighter. I mean, I just, like, but the little kids are. The little ones are because they're taught like, oh, you better learn how to fight, you know? So these guys probably just assume this kid would like, so they've ganged up on him. Is that the story? People are wild. You guys are awesome. You've done wonders for the net mom. Thank you. I know. Well, that's what I mean. It's like, if I'm doing 35 push-ups and I just did a bunch of nunchucks, they can criticize them all they want. They can say those push-ups didn't count, but I know I'm sweating. I know my muscles got stronger. I know it was all better than sitting here criticizing somebody doing push-ups. So I get that. But it's entertaining for them, and they have nothing else better to do, and I don't have anything better to do either than talk to them. So we all get along. My kids in town. Oh, nice. Got a couple of referrals for tackling some bullies. What's a referral? No central air. Actually, we're installing central air right now. We're installing central air right down there in the middle of the valley. And what it's supposed to do is like basically we're going to have a whole system here. It's going to go up to that ridge over there, up here through Summerlin, over here, and then somehow the cold air is just going to drift down, and it's just going to be nice. And we won't have to go inside our house anymore. We'll just have central air coming from the valley. Wouldn't that be great? And I won't be sweating outside. I teach the kids mental pressure applications for conflict resolutions. Nice. I like that. I teach the kids mental pressure applications. Are you talking about mental pressure? What do you like? What do you mean, like acupuncture for the brain? I like that. Paying attention is free. Kathy, I hope she has Medicaid. I know her insurance has been getting shittier and shittier, and she's just kind of like getting tired of going to the doctor and having them send her to another doctor and telling her to fill out this insurance and fill out that insurance, fill out this insurance. You teach a defense against the dark art strategy for online safety. Man, I needed that 20 years ago, bro. I needed that 20 years ago. The internet was wide open. There was no firewalls, basically. The energies, the spirits, they fly through lightning. So of course they can fly through the electricity of the internet. So man, New York City, the internet. I mean, it was a cesspool. It's like every entity, not just, there's positive energies too. I mean, of course, but it was like every entity possible was like flowing through the internet back then. Man, it was an intense feeling, bro. I don't know, 2002, 2003, 2004, internet, New York City, unbelievable. Yeah, even if insurance works, it's still confusing. Gloria will die without her doctor? Well, good. Well, she has a doctor's appointment in a couple of weeks, so I hope she makes it till then. I teach how to win yesterday's lottery. Turbo times, that's excellent. How do you win it though? But how do you collect it? That's what I want to know. Everyone's nervous system is fully open right now. Yeah. We all have to be aware of these things. For kids to have something else to concentrate on but still protect themselves to get older. It's a ham, sweet kid. Bunch of boys picked on this girl, made her cry. He went out, bought her sparkly. That's nice. Hi, Paul. Okay, let's go inside. I'm ready for lunch now. I don't know what Joy's doing.
But not on a regular basis, just when I was with friends and all.
Hi, Nettie. Okay, guys. Sparkly cup. Man, it was hot out there. I gotta jump in the shower. It was so hot, but at least I got it done, you know? Hi, buddy. Joy's playing. Joy's cleaning. She's vacuuming. Okay, ladies and germs. I thought she had a bed in the living room. Yeah, she has a bed in the living room. She just needs a bed frame, but we're getting her an adjustable bed. And it won't be here till Tuesday. It was supposed to be here last week, but they took our money and kept it. So it's kind of an issue. But, you know, we do what we can, Starseed. We do what we can. Well, yeah, I actually was trying to find one that would be delivered quickly, and I had one that would be delivered quickly. It's just that we went to buy it. They took the money 3 times, but didn't process the transaction. And then the bank's holding it, as long as the bank takes for them to reverse the transactions, which takes up to like 10 days. Well, I mean, I don't want to sleeping on just a mattress for 10 days. So I had to find a different bed with what we could afford right away. So I thought maybe getting the cheap one, for $100, $200 would be fine. Like basically what kind of like what a net has, but not quite as nice, but just like a basic one. And then we would send that back. But then it was like, okay, it was very clear. It wasn't just a cot you could just fold up and send back. It was something you would have to fully disassemble. I mean, there's no way you probably repack it. I mean, it's just like, I think it was machine packed. So I was like, let's not unpack that, because that'll be a waste of $200. And we'll just have to kind of sit it out. And I'll write a complaint to a firm who put us through this hassle for no reason, because of their system. And so see if they can compensate us somehow, hopefully. Oh. No, they did it. We saw your bank account. You saw my bank account, really? How'd you do that? I mean, if you saw what I posted, then I'm telling you what I posted. But if you saw my bank account without me, then where'd you see that? That's not legal. Meet in a boxing ring, sort it out. The bank's in, right, it says pending right now. They hold the money. Have you ever been to a bank statement? Call me a liar one more time and you're gone, Color Me Pink. Seriously. You've never seen a bank statement? When you run a transaction, it pens it. It holds the money. You don't have access to it until they release it. Does your husband do your banking for you, or are you a child? Do you not have a bank account? Because you're really making yourself look kind of. You're really making yourself. Thank you for calming down, Killer Me Pink. I appreciate the apology. But yeah, but that's uncalled for. If you don't understand how banking systems work, and I do, I understand them very well. Then just kind of tone it down before you start calling people liars. Make you look pretty stupid. But I do appreciate you conceding on that. Hey, CZ, what's up? Well, she conceded because she kept pressing it. If Color Me Pink was standing her line, then she would have said, no, it didn't. She's like, oh, I guess he's right. And then she just came up with some stupid thing like, stop deflecting, which meant basically she conceded. So I appreciate her no, you're not, you're a liar. The way it works at banks is it says pending and you have access. It's like, yeah, she realized she was pretty, but I appreciate her ability to realize that she looked like a total idiot. I mean, everybody in the room knows. You guys, when you run a transaction and it says pending, even though you don't get the thing, they just run an authorization. Right? Everybody in the room knows what that is, except for Color Me Pink, who obviously either their husband does the banking, or she doesn't have access to her bank accounts, or she's just never had a bank account. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, on the weekends, banks, they don't process. Anyways. If you know how this works, Color Me Pink, they don't process transactions over the weekend. You have to wait until like Tuesday until those go through. Hey, what's up, Paul? Well, I wanted to get her a nice bed frame because I wanted to get her something that would sit up. And I don't know if this one has massages on it, but it might have massagers on it to give her nice little massages, But basically, she likes to watch TV in bed. So I wanted one that was really sturdy that could really prop up. Now, there was cheaper ones, but they didn't go high enough. So the one I wanted was, of course, more expensive. Gloria has a bed has a mattress right now. We're just waiting for the bed because a firm took our money when we ordered her bed and then didn't ship the stuff. They took it 3 times. And as Color Me Pink pointed out, it says pending on the transactions, meaning that they're holding the authorizations. Until they release the funds, we don't have access to those. So we had to wait until they wanted us to wait until the funds were released, but that would be like 10 days from now, at least, right? I don't know. They're not released yet. So my thing was that we had to wait until we had more money. So we had to work more, get more money to buy her another bed that we could afford while that money's pending. So that's what we did. And it's a real pain in the ass. And I'm gonna write a letter to the firm on this because let's just say mom was doing this on her own and she was trying to buy it and she's on a fixed income and stuff. Fortunately we're here and it was our money, but let's just say it was her. I mean, she couldn't afford this bed, but let's just say she had the money to buy it. She wouldn't have the money to buy it 3 times. That's why she's going to a firm. Oh, you love RDJ? Me too, man. What's your favorite RDJ movie? I pretty much did a life experience method acting of several of his movies. I like, you ever see Less Than Zero? Iron Man, yeah. Right on. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Right now, I don't got the RDJ vibe because the folks in the room here know that, like, I'm all about health and I'm all about eating healthy, and I really have been slacking on that. I haven't been doing the 100% carnivore keto diet that I normally do. I've been eating chips. I've been eating some breads and things like that. So I'm not feeling 100% Iron Man. But tell you what, give me 3 months and I'll do it. And that's the thing. It takes about 3 months, and that's what Joy's saying. If she's going to New York every 2 months, we don't have any chance to get, we will never get back into our groove again. So we got to just figure this thing out. We got to stay strong this next time she goes. On the diet, on everything. What's that, babe? Yeah, she's going to stay strong on the alcohol, but the food is another question. Was I around when Mickey Rourke was famous? Well, yeah. Gloria's doing great. She is, but she is getting tired. It's like, I think Gloria reminds me of Chappie. You guys ever see the movie Chappie? It's not like the body was going. It was just like the battery ran out. It was like he was just getting, you know what I mean? But everything else was working pretty good. I think Joy was calling it the spirit sort of thing. Something like that. Oh, Due Date. Oh, that was a great movie. That was with Zach and those guys. You love Chappie too? I know that Joy loved that movie. I think she cried like 10 times. Did you like that movie, Chappie, Joy?
Oh, Chappie? Yeah.
She's saying, yeah. She's over there. I can see her. She wasn't a big fan of Due Date, but she loves Chappie. I don't know if she's not a big Robert Downey Jr. fan.
I used to like him on Ally McBeal.
She liked him on Ally McBeal. Who here even knows what Ally McBeal is?
I watched every episode.
Okay. Who knows what Ally McBeal is? One, if you know what Ally McBeal is. Who here knows what Ally McBeal is? Loved Ally McBeal.
I saw every episode.
Joy, Matthew T. watched every episode too. She's seen every episode, and she had a big crush on Robert Downey Jr., right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And weirdly enough, she married me. But then again, she had a crush on a lot of actors. But who was your main crush back then?
That
Matt Damon, Leo DiCapriano, Scott Wolf. The list goes on. Oh, yeah, Dickie. She liked Richard Gere and Harrison Ford. Hi, Nat. And Tom Cruise. I thought that was a little hazy. That's better. Damn. Oh, you don't like the color filters on this thing? I thought the color filter was good. Otherwise, it's just so blah without it. It's just so blabbity blah. Blabbity blabbity blah. Excuse me. Just tuning in to my Vegas peeps. Hey, what's up, Paulette Allen? How are you? Nice to see you. We're talking about back in the day, though. Yeah, those are new crushes. Her new crushes are like Lee Shriver, Ray Donovan. I met Richard Gere in my 20s. Oh, really? Wow. Wow, he was ready. Wow, that's really cool, Annette. Every guy loved Angelina Jolie. All right. I think you look a bit like Sammy with the hair, right? I think that's more of the props. You know what I mean? The costume. I think that, like, if I just shaved myself down, if I shaved my head, and Robert Downey Jr. shaved his head, and we'd still have a similar resemblance. I mean, we're not identical, but yeah, man, that's cool, man. I don't know. I'm glad I have I think when I lose a few, I mean, right now I'm about probably 30 pounds overweight, and I hope I can stay on my diet today. I had a crush on Sylvester Stallone. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Have you seen his new show, Tulsa King? Okay, bro. If you're going to text if you don't speak the language of the country you're in, like we've been to other countries and we've had to text people, for this job, and you don't speak their language, what you do is you use a translator.
Do you need a water?
Yeah, I would love a water, and then probably ready for lunch pretty soon.
I was thinking it's almost close enough to dinner.
Yeah, maybe do some dinner. I'm gonna do some dinner.
I'm trying to make like 4 p.m. so I don't eat too early. Got another half hour. So.
Yeah. We're trying to space. We're really gonna try to stay on. If we can make it to bedtime tonight, we'll make it. Farce. Rob Lowe. That's a good one. Sand Elmo's Fire. It's amazing how well Rob Lowe looks today. Yeah, you realize that a lot of these people are just like very naturally attractive. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, why do they get to be famous? You're like, oh my God, they're pretty attractive. You meet them in person, they're like, man, it's like there's just something special about them. Joy is so special. Rich is a lucky. Mac, you're absolutely right. Joy is awesome.
Yeah, we'll just wait till 4. That'll be closer.
But
Time is going to be closer to like 5.
Right. But what makes me lucky and what makes Joy awesome is just our circumstance. It was like like if we had, like if things hadn't have gone wrong at some point, like if something didn't happen that like made our life break bad, then a lot of the things that you see in me, and a lot of things that you see in Joy that you like, you would not, well, maybe Joy you probably still see because she's always been pretty clean. You probably wouldn't see Joy, is what it would be. You probably just would never see her. You know, that's really what it would be. She probably would just do her thing. It's like we don't see her sister. We don't see her dad. Like they're just doing, like they just do their thing. They're not social media people at all. They don't barely take photos. So, well, on the other hand, my dad was an amateur photographer, took tons of photos. My mom always wanted me to do videos of stuff, and so here I am, you know, at the end of the road here, like going, oh shit, I wish I would have done this like 20 years ago. So many things I wish I had done 20 years ago, but I couldn't do them until I spent 10 years with my wife. You know, like we've been together 13 years, and married 11, but you know what I mean? So like a decade with her, she was raised a very strict Christian, she was raised by 2 military parents. We would not get along normally, you know? I think circumstance and like tragedy, like both the fact that we were both like pretty bummed out and like just like, fuck life sort of thing. Like kind of like, basically, who said Mickey Rourke? Mac, did you ask about Mickey Rourke? You ever see that movie Barfly? Are you sure you don't like it with the filters, man? Give me one more try on the filters. I don't know if I want that filter. Well, give me one more try on the filters. It's just like a color filter. Just to kind of like bring out like, because like when you stream, a lot of stuff gets washed out. Like color is a real issue. What were you talking about? Mickey Rourke. You just met Mickey Rourke from Mickey Rourke. There's a verb there missing. That's really making it hard for me to figure out what happened. You met him or you what? Yes, Barfly, Steve. Steve Buscemi was? Good call. I'll have to watch it. I want to watch it again with Joy. Anyways, okay. Barfly, as you know, was an autobiography about Charles Bukowski, who was a poet, right? And he was discovered, right, as a writer, like just being on the street, whatever. I'm not saying I'm no poet. I'm not no Charles Bukowski, but I am saying that we were both down and out, and so is Charles, and so is Faye Dunaway character, and so they kind of just met together, and then I guess there's very very little similarities between that. But I just like the movie. I'm trying to draw parallels to our life, but not really. What it is that no, but yeah, the fact that we like had kind of like we're over the bullshit. You know what I mean? We'd both like, huh?
Are they gonna need steaks now? 'Cause you can make.
I could do steak, or I could do Chinese food, or I could do. Do they have steaks?
There's that steak I was thinking you could make that. Steak.
I'll make the steak. I would like to.
You could even bring them in right now and make them.
Do you guys want to do a dinner stream with me? What do you think? Do you want to do, or do you want? Let's start a new stream. Let's end this one. And start another one. Yeah, we can start another. I mean. Okay, we'll keep this one.
Yeah, but you're gonna start it.
I'm not gonna. I know, and I won't come back.
Like, if you want to end it, like, you're not gonna start a new one. So. But yeah, there's steak for them if you want to do that. I think they might like that because they had, I think, the sandwiches for lunch.
Okay, sandwiches for lunch.
Yeah, I think they did. I don't know actually.
Let me see what they want.
Yeah, go ask them. I'm not sure we have enough for Chinese.
Yeah, let's hold off. No, I don't think they want Chinese food. I don't think they want fast food. Wait, what did we decide on the filters? Oh my God, I love that movie. My favorite movie. Oh yeah, it. You know what? It's weird that it's funny because it should be a tragedy, right? I mean, it's a terrible story. I mean, Bukowski is a drunk. I mean, he's killing himself, right? I think there's a line in there about him dying. I don't know. It's like something about like. Oh wait, what does he say? He says, I'm drinking to kill myself, or I'm killing myself in order to drink. It's what he said. Because I'm either drinking to kill myself or I'm killing myself in order to drink. Meaning, he was an alcoholic, and he wasn't ashamed of it, and so, yeah. But anyways, point is that Joy and I's relationship's nothing like that. I'll do a bong hit, and then I'm gonna make some dinner. Come on. How much battery I got left on this guy? Oh, it's low. Let me give it a little juice. Let me give you guys some juice. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's switch. Let's switch it up. We're going to switch the cameras. I believe in the future. I believe in the future that most people will have to be able to communicate like streaming, like the most successful people will be able to do this, like and talk on a stream and sell things, like, you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be kind of a skill, and also I think people are gonna probably have to do it to date. Like, it's like, I think it'll be better off if you know what I mean? That's what I think. I think people. I would all like to do self-treatment from PTSD. I guess the first thing. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean. I think that's kind of what the movie was about, but it's like, well, I told you the filter works great, right? You're a poly addict. What's poly? Well, some of us do self-medicate. In fact, everybody does. That's not true. You all find ways to do it. Some of us self-medicate by judging others. It makes us feel better to like point out other people's flaws, or like, oh, you're drinking, or you're doing drugs, or you're having sex. Oh my God, I don't do those things. And that's your drug. Is that sort of like elevated, that false, like because you walk this tightrope that you feel like you're better than other people. It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not any better, it's not any worse than being addicted to heroin. I mean, it's just your thing. I mean, you found a way to skate through this life, get patted on the back, and be able to stomach it by pointing out other people's flaws. Okay. Okay. And then which one do I want? Can I put a double screen on you or no? You're done. Okay, I'll just do a single screen on me. When I go over here, I just need to find the one. Ah, there it is. Okay. That's the Christmas bush, guys. You have 70-30 beef? Now, I don't want to be judgy, but that is not satisfactory. That's a very high fat. It's going to be very difficult to cook. It's not going to taste good either.
That'd be terrible.
Be terrible.
Yeah, it's nice to be, check out on social media.
There's your phone. I brought it back. Well, I'm fucking mad, man. We won that bet, but then lost it. I don't need to.
I'm just sitting here.
No, you can have your camera right there.
Yeah, I wanted to look at my phone.
I'm going to go cook dinner. Do you want me to make your dinner too?
Yeah, it's asking what you do.
Yeah, I'll cook it for everybody.
The other camera if you want, but I want to use my phone.
Yeah, okay. Do you guys want a camera on Joy as well? And we could do a dual thing while I'm cooking. She's just relaxing. I mean, if you guys are copacetic with just watching the BTS of a high end. So he's like, stop. So what do they do when they're not working? They sit around and watch social media. Okay.
Oh, my phone's about to die.
Oh, good.
No, that's not good.
Oh, they're listening. She's doing somebody's doing a Imagine Dragons. Just totally, dude. That just reminds me of 2014. Okay, good. I'll put a camera on you now. Just kidding. I won't. I'm just making dinner. I'm gonna do one of these. Okay. Okay, I'll put a camera on you, and then she's gonna be doing. By the way, you guys, if you wanna connect with Joy, a good way to do it is on her X. It's Jedi Joy Journey. At Jedi Joy Journey. Ally McBeal was one of the best shows ever made, I think.
I love how that I got it just kind of like weird scenario. You never knew what was like really happening.
Oh, they invented that pretty much. I don't know if they invented it, but they definitely popularized that little move that they still do that today. Where you're like, oh my God, that's a part of the movie. And like, oh, it's an Ally McBeal move.
Yeah, there's like so much in that show though. It started getting annoying this one.
Because you always knew it. You always knew.
Yeah. It was
But it was very clever, though.
first couple seasons, but like a million seasons ago. Very predictable. Then it became very predictable.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Okay, so you can put a camera on me, but I want to use my phone.
Sure. Yeah, you use your phone.
I haven't really social media well.
Yeah, you do that. I'll do it in there. Let me No, it'll just be the camera. We'll do a dual camera. Okay, guys. We're gonna do a dual camera situation here. We're gonna watch Joy go pee. That wasn't exactly the plan. I didn't know you were going. I thought you were going to the other room. Oh. Sure. Whatever. What? Wait, hold on. Okay. Here you go.
How am I just like the wrong direction?
No, I'll set it for you. Let me do it. Let me do this. Okay.
You're only making $12,000.
And then we're gonna go in the other room and make dinner for everybody. All right, guys. Okay. All right, guys. Listen, well, it's not, yeah, it's o'clock, man. It's 3 o'clock. Listen, please hit the like and subscribe. We're going to start the dinner stream next, okay? Let's do it.